Back in the barn again for what we're going to do today is something fun and exciting, hopefully. Oh, wait a minute, that's a real gun. Well, okay. So that's what I did with my H&K P30 9mm, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But today I'm going to shoot one of my BB pistols, not a pellet pistol, but a BB pistol. At that, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll get back to that after I clean up this. I'll come back. Okay, so as I mentioned a little bit ago, back in the barn for something more fun. As you can see, I kind of cleaned up my mess. Well, the rest of the barn's a disaster, but I will get to that eventually. But let's see what we're going to test, or play. Actually, we're not even really going to test. I'm going to play with something, have some fun. Shouldn't say play. It's still a And if it's a BB gun, it's still a dangerous weapon if used inappropriately. Hey, what's that? It's a magazine. There you go. But let's see what we got here. Oh, that's an HKP 30. Let me see what we got here. Let me put the camera down so I don't click. Oh, that actually is a real gun. So yeah. In any case, that's what I qualified with when I showed you the target earlier down there. And that was 20 rounds, actually rapid fire, so even though there's a couple of flyers, 2 out of 20, and still like a 4-inch group, rapid fire is pretty good. But anyway, here for is, oh, is that another real gun? Nope. Plastic. And get that out of the way. So what I have today is, what is it? Probably one of my oldest BB guns, BB pistols anyway. I haven't had many since I was a kid. But this is a Cybergun, Sig Sauer licensed SP2022. Now that was actually manufactured in both 9mm and 40. So I'm not sure what this represents. It looks a little bit like a 40 by the barrel, but in any case, it's a 177 caliber 4.5mm BB pistol, CO2. If I sound a little bit goofy, it's a sweltering 94 degrees, and it's 2 months ahead of time, so if I sound, I won't whine about it, but I'm definitely hot and uncomfortable. But I'm thinking the CO2 should act a little bit more powerful. In any case, I've had this gun for 9 years. Got it in 2009. Shot it quite a bit the first couple years, but I'll bet you I haven't shot this gun in at least, I don't know, 6 years. And it's just kind of sat in the safe with the other pellet guns that don't get used anymore. But anyway, I thought I'd pull this out and see if I could have some fun with it. But best I can remember is I think this is rated for like 330 feet per second. This is not the full metal slide. This is just plastic. It does, even though it sounds like it moves, it doesn't. I think just something came loose from shooting it a whole bunch. But magazine, put the CO2 in there. I think it holds 23 BBs if I remember correctly. And yeah, but it's a fun little gun. It's not terribly heavy, but that magazine, this magazine weighs, man, I gotta believe that weighs at least a pound. Really heavy. So, so yeah, I was gonna load that up and try something interesting. I was gonna try 2 cameras. I'm gonna have one on my wrist, and here's an old Polaroid XS80. I think that's what it is, XS80. I don't know. And we'll just see if I can do some rapid fire or point shooting. It depends if the other camera, this camera that I'm holding, I'm going to mount on this gizmo on my wrist and give kind of a, you know, see, it would be kind of something like that. Well, we'll get to it. But if it interferes with my sights, then I'll just point shoot. It's not that critical. It's just, we're just having some fun. So I'm going to, actually maybe I'll just leave the camera on and in case anybody wants to see this. Now I'm going to be a little bit anemic at this because I haven't done it for quite some time. So I have to try to remember. So I believe you just take this bottom plug out. Get this magazine out of the way. And put a little drop of Calgon oil in there. Okay. And then I know once you start getting this, you feel that tension, you got to go really fast. I better go this way because it does squeeze out. There we go, just a little zip. And you don't have to crank it, I think. I just, right there. Okay. Then, I don't remember what was the best way to do these. These are, by the way, so I'm trying some new BBs. These Hornady, is it Umarex? Yeah, Hornady Umarex, or Umarex Hornady, I don't know. Black Diamond. So, I think what I was doing before was I just pull this down. I guess there ain't really any easy way. Obviously, I enjoy pellet guns a lot more than BB guns. But once oh, you're not really seeing me, are you? Sorry about that. I know one thing, the bore on this, for a smooth bore, it was at least a really accurate gun for me back then, but we'll see. And 23, and then it looks like it sits right at the top. So then, just like any other, real firearm or any magazine fed through the bottom of the pistol and the grip, put it in. You don't really have to slam it home. There's a safety here, safe, fire, safe, fire. Okay, I gotta sign off for now. Got interfered with by some activity outside the barn I had to check on. But I am now wearing my main camera on my wrist and some kind of a weird thing that goes like on a hat or a helmet, so it's rotating on my inside wrist bone, which may or may not create problems. In any case, kind of see how I'm doing. So and it does appear that it's going to be in my line of sight, so I'll do my best to sight shoot, but otherwise I'll just point shoot. It's really not that big a deal. As I recall, this BB pistol, the Cyber gun, the furthest I ever fired it in my old house was about 20 feet. In any case, so I know that it does shoot accurately, but I haven't shot it for at least 6 years, and I'm swelteringly sweating, and we'll see how it does. Let me see, before I get too carried away here, I want to make sure that you guys get a good shot too. This isn't really made for a wrist, so we'll have to you have to forgive any weird anomalies that happen. Okay, hopefully that'll work for you. So this line here is 21 feet. This line here is 13 feet, so then if I want to go to something like 15 feet, it's here. If I want to go to 20 feet, it's here, 21. So I'm going to start out we'll probably just start out at 15 feet here and see what we can do here and we'll avoid our little obstacle. So, okay. Oh, bullseye. Okay, that's pretty rapid fire. And it looks like I started to get sloppy, but the camera was getting in my way, but yeah, it looks like the first few shots were just rocking. So when you take your time, there's no reason that this gun doesn't just pile them on top of one another. But this was rapid fire, which is, I think, crazy good for this plastic BB pistol. And it feels like it's got some juice. I could hear him hitting the backstop inside of there. And yeah, so that's not bad. So maybe I'll load up again and we'll try up here. Or maybe I should even back up a little further. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can see, okay, even if that opens up, if you move back, whatever, 8 feet to 21 feet, it's just... Okay, I loaded up another magazine. I'm pretty sure I put 23 in. And I have switched the camera to my left hand. So I start screwing up when I'm shooting. It's probably because I'm staring at this camera and I'm trying to make sure if I bend my wrist the right way, you guys get a view. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try 21 feet. Right here at 21 feet. So we'll see how that goes. And maybe a little bit more slow fire. Oops, hold on, I'm gonna try to adjust the camera because, well, eventually someday I'll get a good setup here, but for right now this is what I got. Oh, those look terrible. Okay, up to 13. Oh, there's a high one. Well, all in all, that wasn't too bad until I did that high one up there, but again, you know, you're talking about a $35 BB pistol. But, so yeah, I don't know. It's really good practice. It's the exact size, shape, the contour, everything to the real Sig Sauer SP2022, because at the time I had one and I was using this to practice. You know, I would shoot that quite a bit and then go to the range and shoot the other one. And as you see, it's very similar to another H&K P30 I showed earlier. So, as you can see, I mean, it's really, I mean, real gun, fake gun, real gun, fake gun, you know. Looks pretty real. So, in any case, it's good practice. It gives you the same feel. You don't obviously get the recoil, but you still get trigger time. This does feel a little bit more like it is a double action. It's going to squeeze now, so. And this one has been proven empty, so I'm just going to dry fire it. So, I mean, they don't feel a whole lot different, actually. So, yeah, it's good trigger time practice and good gun handling practice. And I'm actually, like I said, for an inexpensive, I know a lot of people like the full metal slide, but at the time this was available, you couldn't get the metal slide. That came out, I think, either a year later or just wasn't available when I was trying to get it, so I had to settle for that. But for the money I saved on the metal, I ended up getting an extra magazine. So, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Cybergun Sig Sauer SP2022 177 caliber BB pistol. It's quite a nice little gun. All right, take care, thanks.